Welcome to the Tales of Zoza story. Science tells us that decisions made in moments of intense anger are far more likely to be wrong than decisions made in a calm state of mind. In such moments, the brain is ruled by emotion rather than logic. That is why Aristotle once said, "Anyone can get angry, that is easy. But to be angry with the right person, to the right degree, at the right time, for the right purpose, and in the right way, this is not easy." The real question is, how many of us have truly mastered this skill? Often, we fail to realize how a single moment of anger can destroy relationships built over years, or how one emotional reaction can change the course of an entire life. Today's story reflects this truth and reminds us that power alone does not define strength. Real strength lies in self-control. Long ago, there lived a mighty king, known for his sharp intelligence and authority. His kingdom was vast, and his command unquestioned. Yet, behind his power was a serious flaw. He had a fiery temper. Even the smallest mistakes could ignite his anger, and when he was angry, his judgments became harsh and unfair. Many innocent people suffered because of decisions made in moments of rage. One day, a special guest arrived at the palace, the king's childhood mentor. This was the man who had once taught him not just how to read and write, but how to think and live wisely. The king welcomed him warmly and invited him to dine at the palace. That evening, as they shared a meal and spoke of old memories, something unexpected happened. A small insect fell into the king's bowl. The king's face darkened instantly. He slammed his hand on the table and shouted, "How dare you serve me food like this?" The servant, shaking with fear, replied softly, "Your Majesty, the food was clean when it was brought." But the king's anger only grew stronger. Seeing this, the old teacher calmly spoke, "My king," paused for a moment. The servant did not place the insect there. It likely fell in afterward. The king snapped back, "Even such small things ruin my peace." The teacher looked at him with gentle eyes and said, "No, Your Majesty. The insect did not steal your peace, your reaction did. A man who cannot control his own emotions cannot truly control anything else." The words struck deep. The room fell silent. The teacher continued, "Decisions made in anger or extreme excitement often lead to regret. Before reacting, give yourself a moment. Let emotions pass before judgment begins." The king lowered his voice. "I try, but I always fail." The teacher replied, "Because patience is not a talent, it is a practice. Just as the body grows strong with training, the mind grows calm with discipline." From that day onward, the king began to change. He started pausing before speaking. He learned to breathe, to reflect, and to question his emotions before acting on them. Slowly, his anger lost its grip. With time, his court became more peaceful. His decisions became fairer. The people no longer feared him, they respected him. And for the first time, the king himself felt inner peace. One day, he said to his teacher, "You gave me back control over my life. I now understand true strength lies not in anger, but in restraint." The teacher smiled and said, "Remember, this lesson is not only for kings. Every person struggles with emotions. Share what you have learned, so others may also live with clarity and peace." He added, "Emotions like anger, joy, and sadness are part of being human. They come and go. Wisdom lies in not letting them control your actions." This story does not end with a king, it continues with us. In today's fast-paced and stressful world, we are constantly surrounded by emotional triggers. Stress, criticism, past memories, and daily frustrations easily disturb our inner balance. When we react without awareness, emotions turn harmful. The first step toward emotional control is recognizing our triggers, those situations, words, or memories that provoke strong reactions. They differ for everyone. For some, it is criticism. For others, traffic, failure, or painful memories. By practicing self-awareness and mindfulness, as a deep breathing or silent observation, we can learn to respond rather than react. We begin to understand that emotions are temporary. They rise and they fall. When we remain calm, our thinking becomes clear, and clear thinking leads to better choices, fewer regrets, and a more peaceful life. True power is not the ability to dominate others, but the ability to master oneself.